I remember when I first entered a temple. It was in Haight-Ashbury, and this temple was called the Sri Sri Radha Krishna Temple. This was in December of 1969. And around that time, the Sri Ishopanishad was published by ISKCON Press. But I remember one thing I read in that book is every evening in Chinatown, having discussions with a Marxist friend of mine. And we would have these discussions about important things, deep thoughts. But when it came to the God issue, I was having some difficulty convincing him. And I remember reading in the introduction to Prabhupada's Ishopanishad, where it says, originally delivered as a series of lectures at Conway Hall in London. Prabhupada, at one point he said, as my friend would say, show me God, prove that God exists. Prabhupada said, people often ask, can you show me God? So he had my attention. And then he said, but do you have the eyes to see God? And I jumped out of my seat dancing. I was so happy. And whether that man could understand that or appreciate that became almost irrelevant. I was very happy to hear that. Yes, do you have the eyes to see God? When Srila Saraswati Thakur was asked once, Guru Maharaj told some man, a very serious man, highly educated, highly positioned in society, wanted to ask him a very personal question, so 2 chairs were drawn into a private place, and Guru Maharaj, like Jaimini Rishi and Brihad Bhagavatamritam, hiding in the bushes to overhear the conversation of Parikshit and Uttara. That man said to Saraswati, their faces got closed, and he said, have you seen God? And Saraswati Thakur told him, you have to learn the cultivation, how to see God. Whether I have or haven't is irrelevant to your position. You must learn, cultivate this type of seeing. So we're told, spiritually speaking, we learn Śāstra Chaksus, to see through the eyes of Scripture. Conventional seeing will not be helpful. So we want to see through the eyes of the devotees. And Guru Maharaj has given such an excellent example, the telescopic system. Because normally we think, I'm here, the seer, and the object of my vision is there, and something intervenes, it creates opacity, normally. But if what is intervening between me and the object of my vision is a lens, not only does it not create opacity, but it creates clarity. What may be distant and far beyond what can be seen by the naked eye, with a lens, will be brought near and become clear, come clearly into focus. So he's compared the lens, the eye of devotion. What do we hear in Brahma Samhita? Premanjana churita bhakti velochanena santak sadeva hridayeshu velokayanti. Those who are seeing Krishna conception, if we come under the influence of their conception, the lens of their devotional seeing, who is normally abstract, unclear, remote, becomes palpable, accessible, clearly into focus. And he said, and a series of such lenses is the telescopic system, known as the Guru Parampara. That means we entrust ourselves to, put ourselves under the guidance of those who are themselves under the influence of Scripture, or beyond the influence of Scripture in the case of Ragamarg Bhaktas, but I mean who see through the eyes of Scripture, Sādhu, Śāstra, Guru, Vaiṣṇava. That's how we will see things properly.